Hey guys, welcome back to another episode here at CrossFit Garage. We are building a firm foundation in fitness, food, and finances and telling the story of members that are on their journey. So today we are with Natalie Guffey here in the gym. You can hear the weights dropping in the background. There'll probably be some loud music in a moment. So we're going to jump right in and ask Natalie, what is your favorite cereal?
My favorite cereal? Probably Honey Nut Cheerios.
Do you still eat it?
Classic.
Is it?
No.
No, it's off the list?
Yeah.
Okay,
if I had to pick.
What's that?
If I had to pick.
What about Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
It's all right. It's a little
So
sweet.
later in the episode, in the show, we're going to go to the cereal challenge. You guys will get to hear what she did with her kids. So one thing that I really enjoy about you is you bring excitement to everything you do. And so I tell, we have the 3 Fs. I was just joking before this. It's for coaching and getting people kind of interactive and involved. It's fun, fitness, and coaching. It's the 3 Fs. And if you can't bring fun, then, what's the point, right?
Yeah.
So how did you get to, you seem very glasses half full, or it's 90% full, even if it's not.
Yeah.
How did you, always been that way, or?
Kind of always been that way.
Yeah.
I just was born with a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I just like fun. I like smiling. I like laughing. I like making other people smile and laugh and taking things light. I don't know, just kind of making fun out of.
So what was high school like? You the comedian?
Kind of. Yeah.
So do you know the difference between the class clown and the class comedian?
No.
The class clown is the one that runs naked across the football field during the game. The class comedian is the one that told him to do it.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right.
So
I like that.
I did a lot of stupid things that were funny, so I think I was the clown.
Yeah.
I wish I was more comedian, but whatever. It's high school and they didn't have all these recording devices.
Right.
So most of the
Thank
stupidity
goodness, right?
is gone. Did you grow up here in
No,
Cherokee?
I grew up in South Georgia, Albany.
On Albany.
Albany, yeah.
I went down there a couple times.
Why?
Yeah, so I I was a co-op for MEAG, Municipal Electric Authority of Georgia.
Okay.
And so some of the smaller municipalities were in that co-op or whatever. And so I would go down there to do stuff and things.
Yeah, there's not a lot there.
No, there's not a lot there.
Not anything there. So
if they were part of that company, there wasn't there. Is that where you and Greg met down there? Or?
No, we met at Kennesaw. We actually went to Kennesaw State and met our summer after freshman year.
Okay. What did you go to Kennesaw for?
So, communications.
Nice.
He did as
And
well.
you communicate very well. So.
Thanks. I don't use it, so.
No, I am an electrical engineer from Georgia Tech, and now I'm a landlord and I own a gym.
Right.
And I have a couple other businesses that don't exist anymore. But so it is kind of weird. We do all this work for that degree, and then what? I don't know.
And you get married and have children and don't use it.
Then I don't know. Well, I guess I did use it for a little bit up to that point, but then life takes a different course or whatever. So how did you guys, so you ended up in Kennesaw, and then you ended up in Woodstock. How did that go?
Well, we're in Marietta,
okay,
but he works in downtown Woodstock. We lived in Decatur for a really long time, and once we started having kids, schools weren't the best, and so we thought, East Cobb, move up. So we came up for the schools.
And what high school would it be for East Cobb?
We're at Sprayberry.
Okay, it's down the street.
Yeah.
So weirdly, growing up, there was I wrestled, and there was a kid from Lassiter High School just down the street from Sprayberry. And his name is also Andy McCann. Yeah, I'm like, what are the chances of that? So we're in a wrestling tournament up this way, and they call out my weight or my name at his weight class, unbeknownst to me that
There's another one.
And I'm like, I'm like a 135, and they called me at 165. I'm like, I'm gonna lose big. So 30 pounds in wrestling is like the Grand Canyon. Yeah. There's no chance. I'm like, what is going on here? So I was down there warming up. I'm like, this is going to be bad. So anyway, this is how I learned, hey, there's a Lassiter and there's a Sprayberry. I'm like, because I was way out in Stone Mountain area. But
okay.
So how did you guys end up finding the garage?
Well, oh my goodness. A large group of our friends went here.
Ooh, so community.
Yes.
And they pressured you?
No, not me. But Craig, he got into it. Bunch of guys were here that we go to church with and he's friends with outside, and so he started coming. He was here for about a year before I came. Okay. And that's
funny because I don't remember you being here without together. So
he's very quiet. So when I came, I probably amplified.
There you go. That's right. I've been here the whole time. And you're about to hit 2 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That is a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing with your health and fitness? Anything that you're like, I got this back, or now I just went and putting on huge events? I know you're doing that.
Oh, well, yeah. No, I was just really stagnant. I didn't exercise at all before. And so it's just been like a complete 180 of
Interesting. So
fitness. Yeah.
when I was talking with some of the other ladies, they talk about mom guilt. Like I'm taking time away from my family to do something for me. Is that something that you struggled with or?
No.
No.
Not
That's
the guilt.
good. Well,
Not the guilt, but just really, I didn't have the time.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Well, then there's that. How do you create, okay, let's back up.
Yeah.
You have 19 children.
Close. Yeah, I wish. No, I have 5.
Yes.
I have 5, and I had 5 in 7 years, so.
Wow, that's tough to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. It's fun.
Being a guy, I didn't know, like my brother and I are only 14 months apart.
Yeah.
So I thought, we'll just have kids close together. And then I start I'm like, this is not, like there's so many things they didn't tell us. There literally should be a book for guys on how stupid we are. I mean, there probably is. And what we should know. So 5 kids. So now you've got a full family. You're very active outside of the family.
Yes.
And now you have to make time for yourself. So how do you do that? Because I think the struggle is for many, so moms, if you're listening to this and you're thinking, I can't do anything for myself, I don't have time or whatever, is it important to make time?
It's very important.
Yeah.
Mental health-wise, it's very important for me.
That's funny. So we're here to sweat, and you're saying mental health-wise. So you're getting kind of a 2 bang for the buck type of thing.
Yes.
So we'll go this. How do you do it? What is your, how do you make it happen? And then we'll go into the why. I'm going to write a little note here so I remember, because I'm too old to remember my own topics.
Yeah, so how do I do it? Well, luckily I have a husband who is very hands-on with all of the kids. And so that helps.
Yeah.
He's not missing. I mean, I can get up and come to the gym and he'll stay home and do breakfast.
Right.
He'll stay home and get him on the bus. So I come really early because during the day I'm room mom, I'm dry cleaning, I'm field tripping.
Yeah.
I can't do it in the day. So
Right.
I come at either 5 or 6 in the morning. I'm here.
So let me back that up. You could do it during the day, but you've set your priorities.
Yes.
And I think that's the thing that people miss first is there's no guiding principles.
Yeah.
Right? So the first guiding principle for you is something up here, right? Whatever it might be, probably family, God, something. Then probably one of those 2 next, right? Something. So in there is myself, but that family is in there and I got to create time for all these. So it's not that I'm going to not do family, but I'll create a schedule that makes sense that I can get it in there.
Yeah.
So do you have a calendar that's super packed?
Yes.
Do you use paper calendar or Google Calendar, or what do you use?
Google Calendar.
Yeah, me too.
And paper, but mostly Google.
Oh, really, too?
I do the Google Calendar so I can share with my husband what's going on, but the paper one, when I write it, I remember it.
That's interesting. So I was a dinosaur getting out of paper, so I would print a whole month, and then I would write everything into a month, or I'd get a booklet of it, like the Franklin.
Yeah.
And I was trying to convert to Google, and I could not. I mean, it took me 5 years to finally get rid of the paper one, because I had 2 calendars, and I'm like, one of them is off. Which one is it? I don't know. Yeah. And then you start trying to get your family involved. So do any of the kids have access to view the calendar?
No.
Okay. They're not old enough to see that yet?
They are. They just don't.
So I force mine into it. I tell them, if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist. They're like, Dad, I got prom. Dude, it's not on the calendar. And I'm like, so there comes a time, the oldest one, Olivia, we didn't do maybe as early for, and then Evie, it's super early, but you're the master of your own schedule. I will be ready in the car at 7:05 to get you to soccer practice, because I know that's when it has to happen, but I'm not going to come get you. So I'll be in the car, and if you don't come, it's on you. So when your coach asks, it's your fault because you don't drive, right? And so it's been a tough road to get them into it, but we've color-coded the Google Doc, or the Google Calendar, so everyone's got their own color. Do you do that too?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can see them?
Have to.
Yeah. And then eventually when they get their own email, they can populate things. It is useful. Then they can drive themselves.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
That's what it is I live in my car.
Yeah. Which one? When are you driving?
It's the minivan, of course.
Yeah, man, dude, I love the minivan. When my wife wanted to get out of the minivan, we went to the Pilot, which is basically another minivan.
Right.
And the versatility of everything I could put in the back. I mean, we called it we did those adventure racings. So it was a team adventure race, Porsche, because it's not a Porsche, but we'd take it everywhere. One of the guys actually bought a Porsche symbol and put it on the minivan. And somebody got pissed and took it off because, how rude is that, right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my favorite. Then my wife said, hey, you should get a truck. I'm like, I don't think I need a truck. I love the truck.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of it at all.
Really?
But that one right there, putting stuff in the back is so whenever.
Just throwing it in there.
Yeah, or children.
Whatever works. Whatever.
And the kids did ask, can we ride in the back? I'm like, look, in the 80s, the answer is yes. Down the interstate. But
I remember doing that as a child. Yeah.
But now, no.
Now,
there's no seatbelts and all that. Yeah, seatbelts. What do they need that for?
It's for the week.
Yeah. Minivan, great car. got the kids going all around. What challenges are in there? Is it sports? Is it school? What's the big one?
It is sports and friends.
And friends?
Now,
okay.
yeah. So 4 out of the 5 are playing sports.
Okay.
And it's everywhere.
Yes.
It's up in Ackworth. It's in Kennesaw. It's in Roswell.
Are they doing different sports?
Yeah. Well, soccer and football.
Okay. So I told mine, I have 4 kids. I said, you can only play soccer because I can't do all of this. And all soccer was at one field or area.
So nice.
Yeah. One of them was like, can I play football? I'm like, 1, you're too small. And then 2, no.
No.
But yeah, so that we forced a limitation.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I mean, they may not think so, but I'm like,
Yeah, I think as a parent it's fair.
until you can drive,
Yeah.
the answer is no.
Yeah, it's definitely a logistical battle every weekend. Where are the games? Where are the practices?
Yeah, and you got to fit it all in there. Now, if you didn't have it planned and you come in the morning, pretty much in the afternoon, it's not going to happen.
Never.
Yeah. In the school year, maybe?
No.
No. Okay, because our last class is 4 o'clock. Our first class in the afternoon is 4.
Yeah, it's homework and dinner and sports.
What schools are they at? Are they homeschooled or
They
maybe?
They are at Mountain View Elementary and
I've heard that's really good.
Simpson Middle School. Yeah. So it's right across the street from Lasser, actually.
Oh, okay. So I like the idea of homeschool, but if somebody else was doing it for me, which is not homeschool anymore.
Right. That's exactly my mentality. I don't have the patience for it. I just can't do it.
I do like it. So when the kids got into higher, like algebra and like that tougher, I'm like, yes, I'm in. But when they were asking for like help in English and history, I'm like, yeah, I'm dyslexic. You want some of my English? You don't want me to do English.
I think after they can read, I'd be all right. But
yeah,
teaching how to read, I just...
Did you teach the youngest to read, or did the youngest read because the oldest read?
Oh, I did not teach any
So we
reading.
did those little like leapfrog books or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would like to say that I taught the younger two to act like, but they just watched the older ones, and then monkey see, monkey do. They're like, I'm gonna.
Yeah, they learn.
What was a good learning show? Like, did you have a fallback TV or DVDs or whatever?
For them?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, so the leapfrog videos?
Yeah.
Were awesome, and then Veggie Tales.
Oh, we did watch Veggie Tales.
Oh man, we still sing the songs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my kids are 20.
Yeah.
You know, we're like, that's just, we should probably go back and, the hairbrush one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. Okay, so
good one.
you say, so you go to KSU, eventually you meet Greg, get married, have some kids, you're like, okay, time is going by, I should do something. What spurred you on to do, oh man, I got friends in there and community, all that, but eventually you took the step, why?
I was just not satisfied with how I was feeling and looking.
Okay.
And everybody loved it here.
Yeah.
I was just too intimidated to get in here.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes, I want to talk about that.
Yeah, I do too. So weirdly, in 15 years, the biggest thing I struggle with on people is FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, or intimidation. Meredith talked about it. The other gym she went to, when she started with Josh, she's like, it was too competitive, not enough explanation. And so she said, I was like nervous in the bathroom, didn't want to come out because I didn't know what was happening. And sometimes gyms can be like that, but not always, and hopefully not. So, okay, so you're getting over intimidation. Tell me about this.
Yeah, so I actually came in, I made a no sweat or whatever.
No sweat intro.
Yes.
Yeah, so you see it's a pun. There's no sweating.
Right.
And it's easy. You just come talk to Jamie. It's easy. So it's
So we were at the beach and with the Jenkins actually.
Okay.
Tom Jenkins. And so my husband and Tom were talking about it and they're like, you should try it. And I'm no. Well, I went and made an appointment with Jamie without telling them.
Oh, nice.
And then I came in when I knew that they wouldn't be here to meet with her. And I sat out here and like watched the workout while I was waiting to meet with her.
Yeah.
And like started
Sweating?
like crying.
Really?
Like I was so nervous.
Interesting.
I was like, what am I doing here? I don't belong here. But
Okay, so why did you think you don't belong?
I mean, they're doing these heavy weights. It's like
And so
really,
today, did you and I do heavy weights?
Yeah.
We did the same weight. We did 35 pounds. That's not heavy.
45.
Did we? Oh, you did more than me.
Anyway.
I had 10s on the side.
Oh, okay.
That's why you're always like, why is he going so fast? Because I have a lighter weight. Yeah.
Well, so yeah, I'm like watching all of this, you know, and people are intense, you know, like not intense, but like just in the workout.
In the workout,
you know?
yeah, we're moving.
And so I just thought, this is not for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I went through the whole no sweat and I told her all my stuff and when she asked for my name and I told her and she was like, I know your husband. Like,
yeah.
Why didn't you tell me that?
I was trying to keep it low key, in case I want to walk away.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see that and you're thinking, no, you do the talk anyway.
Yep.
Did talking with Jamie help alleviate some of the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
For sure. She explained everything really well. I mean, about modifying things.
Right.
And like, I'm not going to go in there and lift 100 pounds on the first day. And
no.
The on-ramp classes were awesome because I'd never lifted weights in my life. I mean, I was a runner, a cardio.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Classes,
I'm a
Zumba
guy, I
class.
lift. You're a girl and you cardio. That's what we're supposed to do.
So all the weights, I was just so intimidated by, but all of that was really, really helpful. And then just like learning that it wasn't, I mean, it is competitive.
Yeah.
It's as competitive as you want it to be.
As you want it to be, yeah.
And so for me, I'm always just competing with myself. Like,
yes.
What did I do last time? What can I, push a little harder? But nobody else cares what I'm doing.
No.
So
nobody
nice.
cares in terms of, like boo on you. They care.
Yeah.
Hey, good job.
Yeah.
Just nobody, So I will say that when CrossFit was getting off the ground and growing, so like in 2008, we're the only gym in like 30 miles. By 2012, there's a gym every 5 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. And so in that 2012, it was very competitive. And if you, it was, unfortunately, we followed what everyone did, which was come in, it's muscle ups and 400-pound deadlifts, go. And you can't do that. What's wrong with you, right? And so there was a disconnect between what mere mortals could do. And so over time, we have realized that we are not serving the community of people who really need to get healthy and fit. We're just stroking our own ego, like, let's all do muscle ups, right?
Right.
And so weirdly, for some of the people who've been here for a very long time, they're like, it's interesting to see the gym change. And maybe I've never explained why, right? So some of this idea of a podcast is, well, get some, help people, our members, whatever, understand what's going on. But also, just like when you talked to Jamie, you're like, oh, that's not what I thought it was.
Right.
Hopefully when people listen to this, they're like, oh, she felt the same thing I felt. I can hear this in a podcast and take a deep breath and let it out. Okay, so then you start up. Do we take you and throw you straight into class, or was there some other way to start up? How did that go?
No, it was definitely a slow, like wading in easy waters into me. And it's still that way. I still modify things 2 years later. I still am not.
Did we have the on-ramp for you when you started? Yeah.
Yes.
So what did you start with? It was 5 one-on-one sessions?
Yeah, 5 one-on-one sessions and then like a shadow session at the end with like a one-on-one in class. I just learned basic movements. I mean, deadlift, how to squat. They still make fun of me of what my squats looked like back then because it was just awful. Which is, not make fun of me, but
But then we grow.
Your progress.
They
love my progress.
It is. There's progress. And then you end up being able to do things outside of here. You're like, oh, how about that?
I can bend down and lift this couch with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I can move this couch.
Do I need
with
to
my
get 2
husband.
guys in here? You're like, no, I got this.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's, Which is interesting. So you see it play out. So let me back up. Some people will use CrossFit for upcoming activities. Like I do adventure racing, so my legs are all jacked up. Yeah, you see all that?
Yeah.
From the poison ivy and scratches running through the woods. So this works for 12 hours in the woods, right? Or it works for just life. I want to be, what did Nick Lover say? I want to be harder to kill.
Yeah.
So this will do that for you. I can do whatever it is. So I had a buddy say, hey, you want to go up Blood Mountain tomorrow? I'm like, Blood Mountain? That sounds ominous. And it was kind of steep. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. Let me grab a water bottle and let's go.
Yeah.
And we could do those sort of things. Have you found anything like that where people are like, hey, let's, play beach volleyball? And you're like, let's do that because I'm about to crush or whatever.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Or your kids, you're like, I'm going to.
Yeah, definitely crush my kids. No, just little things. Like riding bikes with them, I'm not as winded. Or, like moving, helping people move. I can just lift this table, it's okay.
And put it in the minivan. Because you can drop the seats and take the others out.
That's right. Yeah. It is practical. It's practical things for me. I'm not competing anywhere or anything.
You going to do the Savage Race coming up with everybody?
I don't know.
No?
I don't know. Maybe.
So another thing that's this will come up later on, but I have found it on things that you may not consider that you need a lot of fitness, like running an event. Mm-hmm. It takes a lot out of you. And you have one coming, we're going to talk about it, but it's funny how you're like, that wasn't as bad because you have more in you.
Yeah.
And you can go longer.
I think you have more energy for sure.
Yep.
And for me, I won't say for everyone, but for me, the mental headspace of working out consistently, it just clears space for me to be able to do other things.
Yeah, so tell me about that. So I had that as a note for myself. Thank you for bringing me back. I wrote it down and I didn't even say it. So so you mentioned that it's not just a physical thing, but you're like, hey, the mental space. So it gives you a chance to clear your mind or what? What are you looking for in that then? I know. Seth, when they open the door, the music really goes
It was louder than I thought. The the mental capacity of it, I think because I have 5 kids and they're so close together and we do so much, my mind is always doing things for other people.
Yeah.
It's I'm needed all the time. And so coming here, nobody needs me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like nobody needs me to do anything for them.
Yeah.
And so I can either come here and be social and hang out with my community that I love here, or I can just get in my zone, do my workout, clear my head, get ready for the day. And that's been more powerful for me than the workout.
Right. No, that's good. So I find it also fascinating that like we are so busy acting in other people's lives. Mm-hmm. You literally just have to walk in. The coach has it all planned.
Right.
And you don't even have to come up with like I don't feel like, or my shoulder is a little wonky. I don't think I can do. They're like, great, let's try this. No, this, no, this, yes. They'll just tell you.
Yeah.
And so you literally have somebody walking you through your health and fitness journey. Mm-hmm. You just have to show up.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes
the
the hardest
thing. Yeah, but it is. I'll find myself at 5:00 in the morning, looking at my alarm clock, going, "Ugh, I can't do it. I can't do it." And then my brain says,
you can
get out of the bed. Yeah. Like all you have to do is go. Like once I get here, I'm fine. But it's like just get up and go.
And it's not even just fine. It's like, so I own the place. I've been doing this for 15 years, pretty consistently, probably 4 days a week for that long, right? And sometimes I'm like, I just don't feel like going in. But every time I get here, it smiles.
Right.
And then you're like, not only is it fun, I'm with people. So this is the other thing. I think it's not a trick. It's a business hack, maybe. I don't know. If you put up your motto or the foundational principles of who you are and what you're like, you tend to attract people that are going to be like that. Mm-hmm. So a long time ago, we're happy, humble, helpful people who want to be healthy and fit now as well as in our 90s. Mm-hmm. Literally, you fit that. You're happy, you're helpful, you're humble, right? And you want to be healthy and fit now, and then probably. Like my goal is to be an active granddad, right? You're active with your kids, you're probably going to be active with their kids, right? Yeah. So then you are like, all of a sudden people are on the same mindsets with you, and you're like, these people are kind of interesting because we're similar, right?
Yeah.
So we do intentionally like, hey guys, if you're listening and you're thinking I want to go to the games, we are not your gym. we were a while back.
I am not your girl. Yeah.
No, that's not it. Brandon Phillips has CrossFit Bound down the road. He literally went to the games. Travis Mayer has CrossFit Passion. Was that?
I went to college with Brandon Phillips.
Oh, Brandon?
Yeah.
Oh, he's great. Love him.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's 2 guys that went to the games, and yeah, you can literally go work out with people who went. Who better to train you than somebody who already has what you want?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is pretty interesting. I think you're the first to. I think some people have touched on headspace or mindset or whatever, but you're the first to really throw it out there that it's like a key aspect. And I would think for me it is too. And the fitness is almost a byproduct of if I'm happy and I'm smiling, I'm working out, I'm going to keep coming back.
Yeah.
So this is actually, maybe I've never explained this one to you, the fun, fitness, and for coaching.
Yes.
So I tell everyone we have our 3 F's of coaching. And so I tell my coaches, you need to have fun. So if people come in and they have a good time, they will come back. If they come back, they'll get the next one, fitness. Right? They need to come back to get fitness. And if they're getting fit and they can see the results, then they're going to know that you care, and then they're going to care what you know, and they're going to allow you to coach them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I don't have another F. But so that's what it is. You bring the fun, bring the smiles. And so now, okay, then you take a turn. You're like, hey, I want to get involved. I saw you on the floor one day doing some the PT sessions. I'm like, hey. Which is great. I didn't even know what's going on. I'm like, totally fine. I love it. So the coaches know that I have 3 business, we operate at the speed of trust and with these principles. Does it hold true? If you could say yes to these 3 things, just do it, don't ask. Does it hold true to our business motto? Is it good for the members? And is it a revenue neutral, or does it make us money? Mm-hmm. So Jamie's like, Natalie's doing some of her one-on-ones. She didn't even ask. She was like, I just saw you out there. I'm like, this is great. What a great opportunity. So how's that been? How's it been?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So when I text people, I'm like, hey, how'd your first session or whatever go?
Yeah.
They're always like, Natalie is awesome.
Aww.
So much fun. I'm like, that's great. Yeah. So what's something that you've learned in there now that you're showing some of the movements? Have you taught some things to yourself? You're like, oh, that's why they say, yeah? What's something that you've learned?
So when Jamie asked me about it, I trained with her for a while and just kind of watched her do them, to make sure I was doing that. Right. And I learned.
We want to train you to train them.
Yeah. I learned so much about, I'm not actually doing that.
Yeah.
Or I did, so totally, even on the simplest little things, like, lift your butt here or drop your butt here, lift your chest. Like, oh, I wasn't doing that. Or little cues of like things. Yeah, I totally.
And so
learned
it's
from her.
interesting. You'll hear them. We'll say them out in the class, but
Yeah.
oh, that's not for me. That was probably for somebody else. You're like, no, that was probably for you too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so sometimes we'll cue directly, Natalie, would you please? And you're like, okay, yes. Other times it's kind of a general thing,
Yeah.
but useful anyway.
Yeah.
So I think it's also true that you learn something better once you start teaching whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think my favorite part about PTs is just like watching, which I can't imagine how coaches feel. But like for me, like teaching someone a move and then like seeing them in a class a few weeks later, I'm like, yes, you're doing it. Like,
That is
it's
awesome.
my favorite thing.
To see the progress in skills, like what we did, was it April and May, we were doing a lot of skill work.
Mm-hmm.
And so a real tough one was climbing the rope. And we had like, I don't know, maybe like 10 people start climbing the rope.
Yeah.
That they're like, I'm 50, how am I ever gonna climb that rope? And some people only went up like one rung, or not rung, but whatever it is, pull or whatever.
Yeah.
But that one is a infinite percent more than zero.
Right. Yeah.
And you're like, that is awesome that you did the next step. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones is when, and I saw you kind of like hesitant to do it today, but is when ladies have the bars above their head, and then it's like, yes, just drop the weight. You just let it drop to the floor. That's perfect. It's a rubber weight. It's a rubber floor. You're like, isn't it feel good to just?
It does feel really nice.
It's so
drop
weird,
the
right?
bar and not have to. Yeah. It's like a power move.
It is.
The bar drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get into that. Then you've also, well, actually, let me go. I'm going to go down a list of things that I had pulled off of the internet.
I'm ready.
Yeah, so I like to say I stalked you, but Jeff said, no, you shouldn't say that. You did background research. We'll just run through it. Anything that we come up with that you're like, no, I don't want to talk about, you just say pass.
Okay.
And so it's a hot topic.
Okay.
So I had, so far everyone, if you post it, you probably want to talk about it.
Okay.
But you never know. Somebody's like, oh, that was just meant for my family. I'm like, you put it on the internet. It's everybody's looking at that. Yeah. So first is, and this is really cool. I actually, I know, I'm going to ask you questions about it. I know what it is, but I should have done research a long time ago, because I'm like, this is actually awesome when I was cruising through your website, or your Facebook page, but my cousin's wedding.
Yeah.
How did that come up?
Woo!
I mean, it is so awesome. So one, what is it? Then we're going to go into the depth, like how did you find it and what do people do? But the sheet that you wrote up, like when people ask me, I was like, well, this is exactly what I would ask. But so, okay, first, what is my cousin's wedding?
My cousin's wedding is a summer event that we do at the end of every summer. It is basically a mock wedding reception.
So unfortunately, by the time this podcast comes out, it will have already gone by.
And it's sold out.
But so good that it's sold out and you can't come anyway.
Right.
So you guys put it on your calendar. Do you have a date for next year already?
No, but it's the last Saturday in July.
Okay, so we already know it. You and I don't know it.
Right.
It's like, it'll probably shift by one day. So it's in the 29th now?
Yeah.
So it'll probably be the 30th next year.
Yeah.
Because doesn't it always move unless it's a leap year? I don't know.
Think so.
Actually, it is
I
a
don't
leap
know.
year next year because we're doing elections, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no
I don't
idea.
know. Anyway, so it's either
Last Saturday in
July
July.
29th or July 30th next year. Okay. So what happens? My cousin, I don't have a cousin, and they're not getting married.
So how this came about, we're at the beach with some friends, and we're just talking, hanging out, And my husband actually came up with the general idea of it, Craig. And he was like, man, we love weddings.
Yeah.
Just for the reception. I mean, we love the weddings when we know the people and we're happy they're getting married, but like the receptions are so fun.
Yeah.
And it used to be like, I have to go to this wedding. And as we got older, it was like, man, like drinks and food and dancing with all of our friends, like this is going to be awesome. Let's go. I can't wait for this wedding.
And then as we get older,
there's no more weddings.
Right.
Everybody's married. And it's like this gap of 20 years
until
our kids get married or something. And that just is lame.
And they don't do baby receptions.
No,
there's no party in there.
No
it's like,
fun
look,
party.
I have a baby. Get out of my face. Yeah.
Yeah. So we thought we should just throw a reception.
Yeah.
And it be like a wedding. And so we did it. Last year was the first year we did it.
So there's not a my cousin's wedding like company. This
No,
is you.
This is just me.
That is awesome. So are you going to like franchise it into other cities? Because that's...
I mean, business people, which I am not, have said I should do this.
You obviously are. So
well,
once you have a business, you're a business person. You have a business.
I don't know. I love doing event stuff, but I mean, the idea would be for it to just be in different cities and also be like themed out, like my cousin's 80s wedding,
Ooh.
my cousin's Italian wedding,
Yeah.
like different, my
That would be
cousin's
cool.
trashy wedding
Yeah.
or whatever, and then you dress like, but we're just kind of
So
year two. So.
I will put the website in the show notes below.
Okay.
In the podcasting thing, but what is the website that they would go to for next year?
It's mcwatlanta.com.
Okay.
So my cousin's wedding, mcwatlanta.com.
Perfect. So if you're in Atlanta, here we are. Where does it
Yes.
actually happen?
It happens in Ackworth at the Cow and Mill. It's
Okay.
right downtown, right on the railroad tracks
Okay.
in Ackworth. And so last year we had a live band. This year we're going to have a DJ,
Okay.
but it's open bar, it's food. Yeah. It's
And
just
how
a
many
party.
people get to show up?
This year we'll have about 160.
Dang!
Yeah.
Sold out.
Sold out.
Yeah. So
Yes.
guys, buy your tickets early because it's what is it, like the 15th? It was sold out, right? So we got sold
Yeah.
out 3 weeks beforehand.
Yep.
When can they start buying tickets?
Probably April. April we kind of start
Okay.
gearing
So
up. So April of next year.
one thing that I'm going to do that I should have done, I put out emails to business owners. Weirdly, we have a lot of business owners in this gym. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but we do. Or entrepreneurial type people. And I always put out emails like, hey, if you have a business, let us know and we'll like help promote you. Why not, right? You have a business, you have read those emails, you need to tell me. So we're going to, instead of do a Christmas party next year, we're going to do my cousin's wedding party.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
That'd be awesome.
come to, this is the thing.
Yeah.
This is the event. Why would we not use that? Good to be
It's
awesome.
so much fun.
Yeah, so we're gonna have 100 and, well, that's actually just members. They have spouses. So what's the age limit?
Well, it's 21 and up.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, no children, leave them
Right.
at home. If you need a babysitter, maybe we'll have
would.
my kids sit at the gym with all of the kids,
Oh, wow.
right? Would that
Okay.
work? Like
That
dump
would
your kids
work.
off and then
go.
go. That way you don't have to have a sitter at your home. Well, it might be easier, I don't know.
Yeah.
But we'll come up with something.
Yeah.
So all the members be looking into it, July 29th, 30th, something.
Yeah.
Do you wear tux? What do you wear?
This is the fun part. You wear whatever you want.
Okay.
So last year
Hawaiian
we had
shirt?
people wear like jeans and a polo shirt.
No.
And we had some people wear tux.
Yes.
We had the whole gamut.
Yeah.
So when people ask me, I say, that dress in your closet that you love but you have nowhere to wear it to,
Yeah.
wear that.
Ooh. So if you're not or even if you are a member, if you're thinking about this, you're like, I do have a dress in my closet I like to wear, but maybe I can't fit into it. Or guys, I have pants that if I
can help
might
you with
fit.
that too.
Yes, weirdly. Is there a place that you can go that will help you with your fitness?
You have
and
a
help?
year.
You have
a whole year. Yeah.
I love that. We just came up with a new idea. Okay, so any of you people who are thinking, I need to get into that dress to go to that my cousin's wedding, here, come to us. We will help you. You'll get into I guess I don't know. Guys don't wear dresses, but bring your tux.
Yeah.
I guess something for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't actually have a tux, but
Not
it's
many
funny.
people do, I don't
No,
think.
but it is funny that like in the 80s and now the tux still looks pretty much the same. And I think tails are coming back. So the tux. It's so weird that you guys have to have dresses that like match like the times all the time. Guys get away with.
You get away with a
murder.
lot.
Yeah. Like we just wear the same thing for $100, whatever.
Yeah.
So crazy. Okay, so
Okay.
do you say you got an open bar? Is there food or is there hors d'oeuvres or is it heavy hors d'oeuvres?
It's heavy grazing tables.
Okay.
So we have a
don't
friend-
go to dinner beforehand or do?
I would go to dinner.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's kind of dress up, go to dinner.
Dress up, go to
Yeah,
dinner.
so
it's
guys-
a cheap date night if you think about it.
So okay,
You're
that's a
gonna
good
have-
thought. What does it cost? So you buy
It
a
costs
ticket.
$75 a ticket
Okay.
unless you get a group package.
Okay.
If you get like 6 tickets, like a group package,
There's some
they
sort
go
of
to like
discount.
$65 or
Yeah,
something like
sure.
that.
So it's open bar, grazing, DJ,
Open bar,
fun. How long does it
Wedding
last?
cake.
Oh, wedding cake too.
Yeah, it's from 7 to 11.
Dang. Okay, so you have tons of time.
Yes.
Dance floor,
Oh, yeah.
line dancing.
Photo booth, of course, line dancing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Olivia, my oldest, is like, when I come back, I'm gonna do line dancing. I'm like, all right. So we've been line dancing over at Brimstone Tavern.
Oh, yeah.
At North Point. So they've got
fun.
on Mondays and Wednesdays. So I am good when we learn the dance in one direction. As soon as we turn, everything
yeah.
goes out my mind. I'm like, she's like, Dad, it's the same dance steps. I'm like, but we get back to the right. I'm like, I got it again. She's like, you're an idiot. I'm like, I know. but I'm here dancing with you, right? Can you swing dance? You can do whatever dancing you want?
Yeah, any kind. We had actually a lot of people last year come from, they saw it advertised somewhere, and they brought a bunch of their swing dance people.
Yeah.
And so they were swing dancing. And
that is awesome.
There's all kinds.
Is there dance lessons beforehand?
No.
No. But you can go to places. We know places to send people if they want dance lessons.
Yes,
I do. Do you?
Okay, I do not.
Yeah. So you can do swing dancing at the American Legion over in Alpharetta Milton area. There's by that Mills Park right across the street.
Okay.
Anyway, if you go, go to their website. I think it's like Dance Club 201 or something. And I was the youngest person there.
I believe it.
With Evie. So I'm like, Evie, no, you're the youngest person here. And they're supposed to swap partners. And like, she's like, Dad, do not swap partners. If you swap, I am never coming back. I'm like, all right. So then there's the Brimstone Tavern. So there's places that will teach you how to dance some. So guys, if you don't know how to dance, trust me, the women in your life want to dance.
They do.
Yeah. So I learned
they
that
want to dress up and they want to dance.
So every time we did the father-daughter dances at school, my daughter's like, what type of dress are you getting? They're like, whatever that when you spin me, it flares right out. I'm like, okay, that's such a weird, but
it's true.
They want to spin and they want to dance. And they want to dip.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, all right. So when they're younger, I will dance a lot with them. We'll make up extra moves, but then the girls grow up and they get taller, and I am not very tall. So it gets harder and harder for me to do the dance moves. They're like, why can't you do that? I'm like, because you grew up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm an old guy. You CrossFit though. I'm like, yeah, but dancing is kind of tough and hard. But so that's awesome. Yeah. Okay, so my cousin's wedding. For some reason, I was saying my cousin Vinny's wedding, but I guess I want it to be Italian.
Yeah, it can be Italian one time. Sure.
So everybody show up to that. All the CrossFit Garage people, we're going to be doing that. That's going to be our thing. Huge event. We're all going to show off our fitness. We're going to break dance.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Make a little circle for everybody to go.
That's right. It's like your turn. No.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to dance, let me know. I can hook you up with some people that will teach you. I guess I could teach some of the guys how to dance here, some basic swing moves. They're not that hard. As long as you know like 3 things, you can look pretty cool out there.
Yeah.
Okay. So I loved you had a post, and this kind of goes exactly what we were doing. Your post was from another guy's post. Friends should support friends' businesses. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So tell me why you posted it.
I disagree with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you can, and it doesn't even have to cost money to support your friends. You share something, you tell people about it, you get excited when they're talking about it, you support them from behind the scenes, you say, hey, you're doing a great job, I'm with you.
Right.
I mean, that is priceless. I mean, it's better than buying tickets, really, to anything, or, buying products or whatever. I just think, man, it's it can be so lonely out there with all the chaos of everybody in their own lane, and it's not hard to support people. It's just not.
That's right. Yeah. And so on that, I'm going to tag on. Okay. Many times people are like, hey, so here at the gym, hey, you own a gym. Can I come work out for free? I'm like, look, support your family's business. No. Yeah. You should be like, I love that you are struggling with whatever business it is. Can I pay you double? Because you do and do a really good job. Yes, I will do a great job and pay me double.
Pay full price for their thing. That is, I also saw a quote somewhere that was like, when your friends, are selling things or doing things, pay full price. Don't ask for a discount.
No.
Just do it. That's extra stress on them.
It is. And they're
They don't want to say no, but they don't
Can you cut me a deal? Look, I'm already cutting you. Yeah, it's tough. So I love that. Support your friends, share something. So this is what we do. I tell all the business owners in here, or even if you don't have to own a business, if you have something that we can support, tell me. I'll blast it out in an email. And we'll do that Ryan and Tina Smith have a car shop that they run, a body shop. Man, I am having trouble with words. And so they're like, blast it out. They're not even members right now. I'm like, whatever, blast it out, right?
Yeah.
So guys, if you're in the gym and you have a business, send me something to remind me, and I will blast it out. I mean, give me the words. Don't make me say it, because I'm going to say the wrong thing. My cousin's wedding is where you bring your cousins to get married. You're like, no, that is not it.
Yeah, it's literally just like, it's a click for you, right? You click send.
Yeah.
But it could make their month of business, right?
Yeah.
It's just not hard.
So I'll do like, I'll have, when people work out, I'll do like short videos. So like I try to do 3 reps of whatever we're doing. I don't know, 3 reps is usually like 10 seconds, and then I'll send it out. So some people are like, this is awesome, thank you. Some people are like, oh, I should go lower. Other people take it and post it and tag us. I'm like, thank you. Yeah. And I think, not that I intended for that to happen, but that's the same thing. You're like, hey, I am at the garage doing health and fitness. So far it's working for me. I love it, right?
I love
and you're
it.
sharing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is awesome. So this is a great lesson for everyone out there. If you got friends that are running a business, support them. Ask them, how can I support you? And usually it's not even anything that hard. Like, hey, could you just put it on Facebook or Instagram or MySpace or whatever. Not MySpace.
I don't know if that exists anymore.
It does.
Maybe.
It's a music thing now.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's all. So they changed because Facebook took over. Yeah. I would say I wouldn't mind if social media went away, though it is a lot easier. I mean, I can't imagine how we advertised back in the stuff we did, like rotary dial phones and checks. Like, who wanted to live life like that? Did you ever have a corded phone growing up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I am that old. Yes. I did have a long cord. We could go down the hallway and talk to our friends.
And then you would like wind yourself up in it? Okay. So then I saw something else that you guys did. It was the cereal challenge. What is the cereal challenge?
So we feed our kids, well, we try to feed our kids really healthy breakfasts, not a lot of sugary things in the morning. I'm not saying we don't do sugar, but we try to give them healthy breakfasts, biscuits, eggs, toast with, whatever, avocados. But they see commercials of cereal, or they'll see cereal.
How do they see commercials? Because are they watching TV that has commercials?
Right? Yeah, I guess.
Is
I don't
it
know
YouTube?
how they see it. No, they
yeah.
don't do YouTube. I don't know how they know.
Yeah.
Maybe they just see it in the store.
Yeah.
And they're like, what is that
this
weird box?
It smells so good.
I'm not sure, but they know about all this cereal.
Yeah.
And they don't eat it. We don't buy it. And so one day we were like, my husband and I were like, we're going to pick like the top 5 of our childhood cereals.
Yeah.
Because we got fed a bunch of crap,
Yeah.
And so we're going to let them just have at it.
It was part of a healthy breakfast. Come on. That's what they said for the longest time. It's like, this is part of a complete breakfast. The complete breakfast was over there with here's a bowl of cereal that is not,
Yeah. So we went and bought, I don't even know, 5 or 6 different cereals. We made these little bowls, and they all went through a little assembly line and tried them all. And they were really impressed.
Did they like it? Or were they like, it's too sugary?
No, they loved it.
Yeah.
No, nothing is too sugary. No, never.
Right.
One of them they did not like, which was my favorite.
Your favorite? What was that one?
Well, it was Smacks.
Oh, yeah.
Smacks is so good, but it's not sweet enough, I think.
Yeah, and it crunches weird.
Oh, it's the best.
I didn't even know they still had that. Was it like a frog on it?
Yes!
Yeah. Sugar Smacks. That's what they used to call it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can clap. We won't find that one. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Sugar Smacks was my favorite. And so they...
Ribbit? Is that what he did?
Yeah, I don't know. They were all like, this is gross.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well...
Concur.
But they all picked their dad's favorite, which, well, almost. Cinnamon Toast Crunch was his favorite. And 4 of them picked that, and then the youngest picked Fruity Pebbles.
Oh.
So, but and then we got rid of them.
I'm surprised that, like, some of them still, I know they like Lucky Charms used to have like 1 or 2 charms in there. And now it's like the whole thing is charms with this like little wheat thing. You're like, so basically you're eating like sugary, puffy things.
Marshmallows.
Yeah, marshmallows. That's what it is. Yeah, you're like, I don't think that's what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
So healthy breakfast. Have you guys joined the chicken train? Do you have your own chickens yet?
I'm so glad you're bringing this up.
Oh,
it's public. We are on the chicken train. We don't have them yet, but we are hoping to get them in the spring.
Yeah. Do you want chickens from us, or are you going to go to Tractor Supply? What are you going to do?
I'm probably going to hatch.
Ooh, you're gonna hatch
I'm going to hatch some because I think the kids would love to watch that whole process.
Yeah.
But I want to buy some meat birds. So I want meat birds and egg birds.
So hold on. Let me get the right name. Kelly. Kelly is Kelly Teresi.
Yeah.
Her mom does a bunch of meat birds. Oh. And so, like a week, or while I was racing this weekend, they were processing chickens. And so you're supposed to let them grow for like 6 weeks, and then you harvest them, and then you put them in. I don't know what you do. I wanted to go and do it, so maybe I'll show up next time. So you need to connect with Kelly, I will re-listen to this and remind myself to connect you to Kelly. And so she is doing that. So her mom ordered like 30 meat birds, but they sent 36. I guess some die in the mail, but none died. So they took 6, and they're like, "Hey, Andy, do you want them?" I'm like, "Sure," because I have chickens in my backyard.
Right.
And they're like, "Just be careful. They eat a lot, and they don't waddle around, and you got to kill them at the right time, otherwise." And I'm like, this is the way I farm. I'm like, let's just see what happens. So I took them and put them with the other ones that are about the same age, and they're fine. So what I didn't know was they are bright white.
Okay.
And the predators, bright white is a signal for, come eat me. Yeah. So I have only one left of the 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it actually looks good. So she said if you let it grow up, it'll be ugly because it doesn't have feathers. It's easy to pull out, and it'll be misformed because like its breast meat will be too big, and it actually is totally fine. It runs around with everybody. So I think it's only like if you feed it a lot, it gets that way.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know if it's a rooster or a hen, but yeah.
You'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. So you plan to free range them, or okay? So you've got. Are you in an HOA?
No.
Never? Okay, perfect.
We are not. Yeah.
So many times HOAs say no chickens, so you can have ducks.
Oh, that's the loophole.
Yeah, because if they don't say fowl, then chicken.
Then you can do it. I don't want ducks.
Yeah,
I just
ducks
want
are
chickens.
not.
I want eggs and meat.
Yeah. Well, then you can do both of them with ducks as well. Duck egg
That's true.
It's weird. Some people are like, wait, ducks have eggs? What do you think they do?
I didn't think about that, but yeah.
They do. And they're pretty consistent. But unlike chickens, if you have a cat, if you have a litter box, cats are like, oh, I should probably go to the bathroom in that. And they just know for some reason to go in there.
Yeah.
Just like dogs know to come lick everything that you don't, like, stop licking me. So chickens, if you put like a 1 by 1 by 1 box, so a cube, but cut a hole in it, they're like, oh, I will go lay an egg in there. So you just put like a dark box and they're like, let me just jump in and lay an egg. Whereas a duck drops an egg wherever it wants.
Just wherever.
Super annoying. You're like, you
have
have
to go find
a
the
little
egg.
nesty thing there. And I'd say like 80% of the time they're in the nest, but a lot of the times you're like, you're just like, oh no, here comes an egg, blop. And you're like, let's just keep swimming. It's stupid.
That is strange.
But they're bigger. And so they also, if you have egg allergies, usually it's a chicken egg allergy. And duck eggs don't produce the same response. So you can eat duck eggs.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
Yeah, even though they're like so similar. So how many do you think you're going to get?
I don't know. As many as my husband will let me get.
You guys should come see what we have going on.
I would
Some
love
of it's
to do that.
on YouTube. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can see some of our videos. I have a Chickens for Beginners.
Yes.
Which is, I think there's like 20,000
need to watch
views on
that.
it, which is insane. I'm like, it's just me being an idiot out in my backyard. But, or normal, right? Alan's laughing because I'm normally an idiot.
That's why we love you.
Thank you. So do you have an idea for a chicken house or coop? That's what it would be called.
Yeah. So our deck in the back is a 2-story, like it's raised, and so I want to put them under the deck.
I love it. So you're like double using.
Yeah. So I'm not taking up a bunch of yard space.
Right.
But they're under there at night. Keep them away from predators because we have woods behind us, so we have fox and coyotes and whatever. But we never see them in our yard. So I'm like, if they're in,
you won't, and they'll still come and eat your stuff. I basically call my little farm the McCann buffet.
Oh my gosh, they just come.
Yeah. So I try to outbreed their desire to eat. This year it's working. We'll see by next February how many I have left.
Yeah. So that's the goal.
Yeah.
Is to have them at night under the deck, fenced in.
So they know to go home. So if you give them a shelter, they will just go back to the shelter
At dusk. Okay.
So there's an automatic door that I use.
I've seen these. Yeah.
Yeah. So the one I bought, which maybe it's overkill, I don't know, but it's called an omelet. Or the business is Omelet, so Omelet USA or something like that. But anyway, it has an auto door, and it's got a photo sensor on there, so you can either set it up to like whatever the light sensitivity is, so the sun, moon, whatever, not moon, sun, or you can set it up by time, and then the door will automatically open and close for them. The other thing that's cool is you can buy the additional LED light, which I would definitely do. I didn't do it to begin with. I was like, who needs that? But what it does is it gets dark. Their eyesight, I guess, gets worse. And when that light goes off, it gives them a 10-minute warning that, hey, this door is going to shut, right? And it lets them go like, oh, that's where I need to go. Because I've seen some of my birds are like, I missed it, and now I'm out on a limb. I'm like, you gonna die.
You are gonna die.
The owls
You're
are
gonna
coming.
die at my
Yeah.
house.
So,
we have owls too. Yeah,
yeah.
it's yeah.
If they're out at night, the owls are like, thank you, and they
Yeah.
just pop them and fly away.
Yeah. So hopefully chickens.
And so, do you have a fence, or can they get out into the?
Yeah, we have a fence.
Okay, well, they can probably jump over it. They can jump pretty high. Jump flat.
Yeah, I've seen them jump.
Yeah, but that's good though. So if they get out to graze, then you don't have to feed them as much.
True.
Yeah. So do you want to feed them, or do you want to try to let them live off the land?
Probably a little both.
Yeah. So if you feed them, they know to come home.
Yeah.
And if you shelter them, they're like, oh, I love this place.
Yeah.
And so they stay.
Yeah.
Because we have I don't know, we've got probably 100 acres that they could go explore.
Yeah.
And I've seen them pretty far away from their coop, but they always come back.
They always come back.
Yeah. Of course.
It's good to know.
That's if the coyotes didn't get them, or the hawks that are watching them going, yes,
Right.
just a little closer.
Oh. Yeah.
Do you guys eat a lot of eggs?
Yeah, we eat a lot of eggs.
Yeah. So
Feed the children breakfast of eggs is a dozen.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Oh, then it'll be
So
good.
we'll probably still have to buy eggs, but it depends on how many chickens we have, I
Right.
guess. But
They lay about an egg a day,
yeah.
except in the winter. They drop because there's less sun.
Sun, yeah.
And so they're going to drop to maybe like every 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
And then you can trick them out with do extra lights or whatever, but they only have so many eggs stacked up in their ovary or whatever. I don't know where the eggs actually come from. And so there's only so many. So they'll lay eggs for 2 or so years.
Yeah.
And then it'll start dropping off tremendously. But that's when you eat them, I guess.
That's when you eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't know how you would know, which chicken
Who's
is.
laying these eggs?
Right. I guess if you only had 10, maybe you could figure it out, how old they are.
Yeah.
But I don't know, mine die so fast. Yeah.
Where do you get them from?
So we hatch our own now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we started with Tractor Supply, just got some in and whatever.
Yeah.
And now, if anybody's trying to give away roosters, almost everyone, when you hatch them, 50% of the time.
We probably have to get rid of roosters.
Right. Or you just grow them and then eat them. Or do you have dogs? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you just grow them and then process them and give them to your dog if you don't want to eat them. They're pretty tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roosters are.
Well, just free-range chickens.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're using their muscles
Right.
the way they were intended.
Oh, my goodness.
So maybe I shouldn't say they're tough. They're exactly the way they should be.
Right.
We're just used to chickens that are corralled and never move. Yeah. I'm sure there's ways you could tenderize it, but I don't know any of that.
Yeah.
Salt, pressure, do the little malady thing.
Oh, yeah.
And you beat down on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have time for that.
No, we'll find out. So if your kids name them, that gets a little...
Yeah, we've told them they can't name the meat birds.
Right, because they're going to be...
A friend of ours who has chickens, said that he just calls them all food.
Yeah, or maybe Thanksgiving and
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah.
And your dinner, your Wednesday.
Yeah, your Wednesday, yeah. You can't name those unless it's food, yeah.
So Kelly's mom has all the stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if you need the stuff. You could probably do a few chickens just all by hand.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to have to connect with her.
Yeah, Kelly, if you're listening, we're coming.
Yeah.
Natalie and I are free labor for your mom's processing needs.
The knowledge, yeah.
Yeah. She does I think she does 3 sets or 3 cullings or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
3, what do you call it? Batching?
I do not know. Batching, maybe?
Yeah. Butchering, 3 sets, whatever. So we'll find her and do that. Very cool. So is Craig on board or?
He loves his wife.
So yes, he's on.
So, we have 5 kids, 2 dogs, a cat, a couple fish, and he just doesn't really like the idea of feeding more things.
Yeah.
But I really want chickens.
So
and he really loves me, so we'll
you can
see.
get away with not feeding them if you let them go out in free range.
Yeah.
And you can table scrap them. And there's stuff they shouldn't eat. Guess what? They know they shouldn't eat it and they don't eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we throw almost everything out there. Most of the time, even when, this is kind of gross, but I'll take one of the, hawks will come and pop the top of the heads and eat some gizzard stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't eat the whole bird, I guess because then they couldn't fly away. Maybe, I don't know. And they leave it there. I leave it there because then the flies come, put larvae in there, and then the chickens come over and they're like, oh, look, larva.
Yeah.
And they just pick
It's a full circle.
Yeah, so they're eating the, it's kind of gross, but whatever.
It's the way of life.
They're chickens.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the next one is Jubilee Church.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah.
involved there. What are you doing there?
Oh, man. What do I do there? I'm just there.
Yeah. So Craig's involved, I know that.
He is involved.
I mean, not that you're not involved, but he has a job or
Yeah,
something.
he has a real job there.
Yeah.
I am on the worship team there.
Okay.
And then I just
Is that singing or, okay.
Yes.
So you can
singing.
carry a tune.
I try to carry a tune. Yes.
You're loud.
I am loud.
There you
and
go.
I am fun.
Sometimes that's
Yeah.
all that matters.
Yes. So yeah, I do worship team there, and then I just kind of serve wherever I'm needed.
Very cool.
But,
And that's just down the road. So if you guys are here
down the road.
new to Woodstock, you're like, where should I go for church? I need something close.
Yeah.
It's right off of 575 and 92.
Yep.
And there's even a Starbucks.
You turn at the Starbucks. You just grab a coffee. Come on in. If
Actually, you guys
don't-
have
I was
coffee.
gonna say, if you don't want to spend the money at Starbucks, you just come on. We have an amazing coffee bar.
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
a whole renovation and then had to come see us. And so I came to I think there was a brand new early service. Maybe it was 6 a.m.? No. It
No,
was
9.
a.m.?
It's probably 9. We were usually at 10:30.
Okay. And then I walked in. I was like, I should have brought a coffee. Oh, look at all this coffee right here for me. I'm just going to just get all jittery.
That's a fun thing about the gym too. Is it's interesting how many members of our church are members at this gym.
Oh, really? Yeah, yeah.
So we're just like really doing a whole bunch of
I
life
love
together.
that. Hey,
yeah.
Find people that resonate, and many of those same people work together. Maybe
Yeah.
not all of them,
Yes,
but
a lot.
I think that is huge. Do life together. Find people that integrate, and you can trust and you can rely on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got some other questions in here that we're going to run through. You good for those?
Yeah.
Again, you can say pass to any of them.
Okay.
First easy one, the big fan on the ceiling. You loving that or hating that?
You know, I love it.
Everyone should. I mean, who wouldn't like
Yeah,
another
I love
fan?
the fan. Yeah.
It is weird that it blows harder in certain areas. I thought it would be more consistent, but there's a ring that's like really like you want to stand here, you get the most.
Yeah. But I like it because a lot of times in the workout you're moving, so it's
Yeah.
like you're moving, and then you're like, oh, I just got that amazing breeze. Thank
Right.
you, and then you're.
It is interesting. So
like
some
it.
people say, why don't you have HVAC in there? Technically, we do, but you will work out better because life happens in the world. You're not always in HVAC. So we had, I forgot who it was, but they did they were doing the Woodstock 5K, I think. One of them was in here working out, and one was at Globo Gym doing the treadmill. And the treadmill girl was putting on way more miles, but our girl crushed her because she was used to working out in the elements.
Yeah.
So, what was your first job?
My first job, I worked at an embroidery shop
Ooh,
in Albany.
that's
Yeah.
new. What were you embroidering?
Oh, bags,
Anything.
bibs, shirts.
By
all-
hand or by machine?
machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you ran them through
Ran them through the hoops.
and if you messed
Yep.
it up, you're like, that's mine now.
No, I had to take it out and
Oh,
redo
no.
it. Yeah,
That takes forever.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good job.
I
It's a
used
good high school
to, I
job.
hate to admit it, I've cross-stitch.
You do?
I have. And not that I
Oh.
do, but I'm also the guy who sews everything at the house. Button
Yeah.
pops off. They're like, Dad. I'm like, guys, it's not hard. Or there's a hole in a shirt. Dad, I'm like, how did I pick up the role of sewer?
Yeah, because you're good at it.
Yeah, my daughter can use the sewing machine.
Okay.
And she knows how to do that bobble or
Bobber,
thingy, bobber. Nobody knows how that works. That's
Bobbin.
Bobbin, that's it.
Yeah.
The mysterious magical device that makes it all come together.
Yes.
Yeah.
The unders.
She could sew. She could really sew, like
Yeah.
make stuff. I could just fix stuff. I darn. Is that what it's called when you fix
I don't know.
darn your socks? Is that an
Yeah.
old thing? Okay, so what's something that your grandparents or parents taught you that you're finding pretty valuable now?
Ooh. I don't know.
Oh, we'll come back to that.
I'll
We'll come back to it.
to
Yeah,
come
we'll come back to that. So we did the health and fitness. Let's see. Ooh, is there anything that you've thought like, ooh, doing this fitness for the last 2 years I'm able to do something that I haven't been able to do before, or anything that I've, like somebody said, I think it was Kelly, said, I couldn't pick up the bag of mulch. I thought, what's wrong with me? So she's like, I can pick up mulch again.
Yeah. No, not anything specific, but I
Yeah.
know like my parents had this big bird feeder or bird bath with like, it's like all, what do you call it?
Stone.
Concrete, like
Concrete,
stone.
yeah.
And it fell over in a storm. And they were like, we got to get this guy to come down here and pay him to come and pick this. It's too heavy. And I was in the front yard and I thought, I can deadlift like 215, so that can't be more than 215.
right.
You know, like I'm
I
sitting
can
there
work at the
doing
math.
the math. And I was like, well, can I just try it? And they were like, oh, sweetie.
Yeah.
And I was just like, whoop, like picked it up and put it back on the, you know.
Did they walk away or were they impressed?
They were very
Okay,
impressed.
good.
They were very impressed. They were like, that was so heavy. We both tried.
Did you kick it down again just so
No.
you could
It was
Try it again.
It was pretty heavy.
That's pretty
but
funny.
I was like,
That's good.
yeah,
Yeah.
just being able to help and lift and
Yeah,
know,
to do
things
some
like that.
surprising things. Even like not as practical, but as surprising. Somebody like saw a video of me 8 years ago climbing the rope legless. And they're like, hey, can you do that again? And my wiser part of myself said, no, you should not do that again. But I was like, hold my beer. And I was like, let's do it. So it's fun to be able to have skills that were like, I don't know if climbing that rope is pretty useful, but picking heavy things up, we do that all the time. So super useful. What is something surprising or a high that you had here in the gym? Something that's been interesting, like, that was fun, or a proud moment or something?
I don't know. I like doing all of the like hot shots and all of the events. Like I like that because, and like July 4th and like the 9/11.
So you like working out with community?
I like working out with community.
Yeah, that's cool. So July 4th, I should have changed the workout. There was like chaos. I was like,
it was fine. It was
you just work out with a lot of people, go. Right. Yeah. But some people were like, hey, that's not exactly what it was written at. I'm like, it doesn't matter. There's like 400 people in this. It was 30, but still, it got pretty messy. Yeah, I enjoy the big, like, I really like team workouts.
Yeah.
But I realize now on the other side, some people are like, I don't like team workouts because if I'm not as fit, I feel like I'm bringing somebody down. I'm like, interesting. I never feel that way when I'm the guy more fit. I'm just like, hey, let's have fun. So,
yeah, I feel that way, but I don't know. I just kind of
enjoy the community and get some sweatiness.
Yeah, that's the best thing I would say about my experience here is the community.
Good. I like that. Yeah. Which is weird. When we started this, it was just so we could have a place to work out with real equipment because I was swinging a quarter-filled fertilizer bag that was duct taped as my kettlebell. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know where to buy a kettlebell. So we did this mostly so we'd have a correct facilities, right? But the community, you're like, fascinating. I think if there wasn't any more, if the place shut down, I would miss the community more than I think working out.
Yeah.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
So, the unexpected things that you get out of business. All right, so that billboard right over there, we used to have CrossFit Garage right here with an arrow.
Oh, okay.
If you could rent that billboard to put a message out to the world or to everyone on 92, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be health and fitness. What was so basically like a motto or a slogan, what would you want people to read? Hopefully they wouldn't spend too much time because they don't want to be distracted, but...
For CrossFit Garage?
It could be anything. No. It could be, health. It could be health. It could be life. It could be raising children. It could just be a motto that you have for life. What would you want people to read and see?
Oh, that's a tough one.
No?
I mean, my motto, don't threaten me with a good time.
Don't threaten me with a good time because I'm coming.
I'm coming.
I'm bringing it. I love
doing
it. So basically, have fun.
Yeah.
I like that. All right.
Always.
I'm going to somehow work that in there. Don't threaten me with a good time. Are there any books or podcasts that you read or listen to or you recommend out?
Oh, book. I read about a book a week.
Really?
Yes.
Like read or Audible?
Read.
Oh, wow.
I love books.
I Audible about a book a week. So, but I cannot read a book a week.
Yeah, I am a really fast reader. And I just love it. I mean,
what are you reading? What's your kind of genre? Is it anything all over the map, or?
Yeah, that's all over the map.
Okay,
fiction mostly.
Yeah. What anything stand out?
A book?
Yeah.
There's a book called American Dirt.
Ooh.
I don't know who wrote it, but it is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what is it? It's a fiction, or is it?
It is fiction. It's about a family in, I don't remember, Mexico. No, it's a family in Mexico trying to get to America.
Oh, okay.
And it just it's really realistic about the journey to get here. And I don't know, but it's really, really good.
Interesting.
Very good.
I typically lean on fantasy and sci-fi.
Okay.
Because I have too much of my life in my life. I don't want to read about like regular life.
Yeah.
Like, or not read. My wife definitely says it's not reading.
That's not reading?
Because I'm listening.
Oh, it's reading.
Yeah.
It's reading.
But I can listen at times 2 speed, so I get a lot of book in. And it still makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That's good. Any podcasts?
So, yeah. Well, when I listen to podcasts, I'm a murder podcast girl.
Okay,
so Going West is my go-to. Going West.
I'll have to try that.
Yeah, Craig doesn't like it because he's like, if I die, I will never be found. You know all of the secrets. You know how to get rid.
That's right. So
I listen to them all.
Verity watches the TV equivalent to that, and so I know that if she buys Gatorade. Green Gatorade, watch out for the antifreeze poisoning. That's it. They always do. The women kill their husbands by poisoning with antifreeze. I'm like, that's fascinating that happens so much. This is why detectives are so good. They're like, it's just a normal thing. This is the way everybody does it.
That's right.
Do you typically listen to podcasts like doing chores or driving, or when's your time?
Yeah, podcast is chores.
Yeah.
get the laundry out, and got a podcast in.
Yeah.
Or driving. I mean, driving around town, I can't really because I don't go I don't go far enough to really listen.
Yeah.
But it's chores and.
Yeah. I think that's a game changer for me. When I was traveling a lot for sales, listening to something, not just music, but like, let me either entertain with a book or educate myself with a book, I guess, or a podcast or whatever. It's a game changer on like, wow, I can like increase who I am or be more entertained than just sing along to stupid songs and listen to commercials.
Yeah.
And I've tried to get my family into it. Slowly but surely they're getting in there. But if everybody, I would say message on the billboard is stop reading this, listen to a podcast while you're driving. I don't know what to put on there. There's so many things I put on there.
Our kids do podcasts at night going to bed.
Oh, yeah.
There's like educational.
Yeah.
Wow in the World is their
I love
favorite.
that.
And so they learn how things are made and they'll be like, well, that's a blue spotted eagle. And I'm like, how do you know that? And they're like, wow in the world? Yeah.
There you go.
Whatever.
There was one called Stuff You Should Know.
They did that one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one I've listened to for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Okay, so hopefully there's moms out there of 5 kids or something.
Yeah.
And they're thinking, okay, this was interesting. She seems normal. Sounds like me. What would you tell them, like, to inspire them or motivate them to come in? I'm nervous. I have fear, uncertainty, and doubt. What would your parting words be to the moms out there?
Yeah, I would say just come in.
Yeah.
It's not what it looks like on the outside. You're going to have it's basically a one-on-one class because the coaches here are amazing and they're going to help you.
Yeah.
And they're going to teach you. You're not going to get thrown to the wolves. That was what I said to my husband. I don't want to get thrown to the wolves. I'll be embarrassed. You're not going to be thrown to the wolves and you're not going to be embarrassed. It's so good for your mind and your body, and it's really good for your kids to see you exercise and take the time for yourself and show them that it's important.
Yeah.
I mean, they see that. They see every day mom goes to the gym.
Right. Will it make you bulky?
No.
Yes. So I get that one a lot.
Somebody said that to me when I told them I was going to start doing CrossFit. They said, "Oh, you're going to get all like bulky," and I was like, "No, I'm not."
Yeah.
So because I'm not doing it.
Here's the thing: if CrossFit really did make you bulky, we would have to turn people away and charge $1,000 a month because everyone would want that. You're telling me if I work out for 8 minutes, I'm gonna become bulky? Yes, bring it. It makes you athletic, and it makes you more who you are, but you still need to eat right. So yes, you'll have definition, but unless you're one of the few people who are genetically blessed to like, hey, if I work out, all of a sudden I get bigger, which there's very few of us, right? So it just makes you better at the normal things of life and harder to kill.
Yeah.
And have you experimented yet with any of the nutrition stuff?
I have done when I first started the nutrition. Yeah, it was really helpful. Yeah.
So how about this? Let me ask it a different way.
Okay.
You come in here to sweat. Are we going to blast you about, you must now eat kale? And
no.
Yeah.
No.
So we do have a nutrition program, and we're slow and easy with you. You don't have to change anything there if you don't want to. We do recommend it because that's great, but we're not going to be like, everyone eat kale.
Right.
And drink water. Actually, everyone should drink water. We should say that one.
We should say that.
Yeah. So we do push water.
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, or girls, if you want to reach out to us, you can email andy@crossfitgarage.com. If you want to talk to Natalie, just put, "Hey, Natalie," and I'll send it to her. And then she can decide if she wants to reply to you. Otherwise, ask me a question. I'm happy to help. It does usually start with a no sweat intro, talking to Coach Jamie here. It's about a 10 to 30 minute conversation about you, your favorite topic. And then if you start up with us, there's usually 5 one-on-one sessions to help you get going, sometimes with Natalie, sometimes with Jamie or Danny. And then you have the option to decide, do I want to stay with PT or move into group classes? It's up to you. You don't have to do one thing or the other. There are no contracts. So if you come in here and you're like, this is awesome, great, stay. Or if you come in, you're like, wow, Andy, you smell so bad. I need to leave. That's totally fine. We don't want to trap you. We just want you to be healthy and fit. All right, guys, take care. Hope some of you found this useful and will be motivated to come get your fitness on.